Today we're going to build the lamp post for the lamp that is going to be screwing into the base that I had made in the previous video. In order to make the hole, we first are going to start with the part that screws into the base. In order to do that, we need to make a cylinder that is 0.45 in radius and 0.7 inches tall. Let's move that so it's not right over that part. There we go. Now we're going to have to hollow that out by making another cylinder. And that cylinder is only going to be 0.35 inches in diameter. Doesn't matter how tall it is. I'm going to move that over here and then subtract. And then from here you're going to apply a helix to the outside of the cylinder. Oops, wrong spot. That determines how wide the top radius is going to be. Now the second click determines how wide the bottom is going to be, and this says how far it's supposed to go for. Now to determine the distance between the two lines, we'll need to click on the helix and input the amount or the height in between each turn, or the number of turns. That's it. We want the height to be 0.061, so we're gonna have to increase this, let's say to 11. That's close, but we want it just a little bit closer, so 0.5. That's too far. Let's see what happens if we make it 0.45. And we can get it a little bit better. Let's see here. 0.6. 0.7. There we go. Now the difference between each one is exactly 0.061. Now let's go ahead and move that helix over to here, put a circle on the top and bottom, and then let's go ahead and draw a line to determine where we're going to cut it so that we can have part of the bottom of the helix taper off. So for now we're just going to have to copy. So we're going to need two of them. And then draw a line to make sure that this is definitely going to be able to trim. Trim. Oh, see, that didn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And now similarly for the other side. We'll get to that. Draw some lines. get rid of this part. There we go. Now we want to get rid of this, this. And this. And delete. Then get rid of this and this. Okay. Now, in order to make the threads for it, you gotta start with the rectangle. Let's see. We're gonna want it to be 0.06 wide by 0.05 tall. And then we make polygon, 3 sides. Okay. And it doesn't really matter where we put it because we're going to have to change it anyway. So let's see here. There we go. Now we delete the rectangle and rotate here. Through the middle for 90 degrees. Now when we apply it to either one of these, it may not immediately snap to where we want it to be, but let's see if it will. We want the base point to be right here and sweep along this. And it did. Let's see if it will for the next. Oh shoot, I forgot to copy. Okay. Copy. Okay. Now sweep, base point, and let's try the other one, see if we get as lucky. Sweep. And this one we want to taper off, so we're going to have to scale it after we choose the base point. Scale, starting with a reference, which is 0.01, and then enter, and then sweep it along here. And there we go. Perfect. Now we just got to move it. Move. There we go. Now let's move that whole thing back around the cylinder. Move, enter. Now we're going to want a little bit of lip on the beginning, or on the bottom, down here, so that it has a way to be able to screw on easily. Just like this. That's going to leave it overhanging up here, so now I'm going to have to trim it. Make a simple rectangle and extrude it. That's all I need. Now let's just put a line through the middle on the bottom. Right here and connect it to right here. There we go. Now we subtract from the helix with the new object. And it's nice and flat on top. Now we just want to get rid of that. Okay, now for the body of the pole. I want the cylinder to be a little bit wider than this so it doesn't just keep being able to screw forever. So I'll go with the cylinder with the diameter of 1.1 and a height 7.5. Now I'm going to want that hollowed out so the electrical wires can go through it. So we're going to make another cylinder. It's going to be as wide as what's down here. So that's going to be 0.35, and it doesn't matter how tall. Now let's move that and subtract. Then let's move that. There we go. Ta-da. Okay, now to make the top of it, that's going to connect. That's going to first hold the lights. So we're going to make another circle. It's only going to be 0.35 in radius. Inside the circle is going to be clamps that are going to be small enough to hold a LED. So we need that to be about 0.2. Oh, that's right. That was the diameter. We need the radius to be 0.1. Okay, let's move that to about right here. Now we're going to want that to be symmetrical, so I'm going to draw a line. Let's put ortho on. Across. Okay, now let's move that circle to, it looked like it was already pretty centered, but let's make sure. There. Now let's delete this. Now let's see here. Gonna want to make the same thing, only slightly scaled. So copy, enter. And right here, I'm gonna put it right with the same one. And I'm gonna take that one, gonna scale it. Right here, so that it's equidistant like this. Then I'm going to check and see how long that is. Let's make that a nice even 0.1. So Control Z. That was a little bit too tiny. Okay. Line, enter. 0.01. There we go. Now circle. scale. There we go. Why didn't that? There we go. Okay. Now we want to do the same over here and over here with other circles. So, circle. 0.015. That's good. Move it. Like that. And we want to mirror. Well, not just yet. Then we want another circle. Okay, now we want to mirror both of them. So, mirror. From here to here. Perfect. Shoot. Okay. Now we want to trim a whole bunch. But first we need to put some lines up. Let's mirror this line and this line. Make sure we get them just right. There we go. Keep doing that. Then, let's begin trimming. First, let's start with these. Might have to elongate them if they don't work. Okay, trim. Good. There we go. Oh wait, not yet. Let's shorten this. Be right here. Add a circle. And same over here. Okay, now let's trim those. And delete. Now we got the basic shape of the clamp. Now we're going to want to have them connected. So let's draw some lines. Perpendicular as possible. .01. Then move from here. Oh no, not move. Copy. Here to here. Then we want to shorten it. And delete this. Then finally mirror. we go. Now it's not quite done yet because we need to make it a three-dimensional object that we can turn into an STL file. So in order to do that, we got a P line, or PL, or polyline, everything that we have right here. So PL, and just pick a point, make sure they're all arcs, and it doesn't matter if the radius matches or not. All that matters is that we go back behind it afterwards. Okay, now we want to turn it again. Here, over here. Let's see. Here. And that should be it, so close it. And then let's put everything in place. It's going to be a little bit hard to see. There's that shape. Now we can extrude it. We want it to be about 0.15 tall. It's like that. So now we got the basic shape for that, but now we're going to have to do a polyline for these. Now this is going to be basically almost straight, so we're going to have to make it, and the arcs don't like to be made almost straight, so we're going to have to make them protrude a little bit out this way on either side to make sure that it's attached properly when it prints. But here, since this side is this way, as long as it's a straight line, it's going to go into it, so it doesn't matter. It. Okay, what happened here? Okay. Oh, never mind. I guess it decided it wanted to. That's good enough. Okay. Now the same for over here. Oh, no, that went too far. Oh, see, it doesn't want to go. So we'll just put it... that's good enough. Okay. So now we want to extrude both of those. going to be about 0.15 tall as well. Okay, now we're going to turn these into an array. Polar path. This is the center. It's too many. There's no way you're going to be able to put lights in there. So we want to change the number of items. Let's see what happens if we make it 5. Still touching, so not enough. 4 items. 4. Still touching, so still not quite enough. Gonna have to make it 1 less. 3. There. Now we could fit that. Fit the lights in there. Now we're gonna want to move this. All the way up here. There we go. Now in order to attach the globe to it, we're going to have to make a circle that is going to be 0.55 in radius, and then another circle, and then a rectangle that is going to be 0.5 this way, 0.1 this way. Now we rotate about right here. Oh, wrong rotate. Rotate this object about right here, 90 degrees. Then we need to we're trying to make prongs to click the globe onto. So I'm going to make 2 of them, so I'm going to have to trim up the circle a little bit. Start with a line here. I want them to be about this wide. Then a rectangle. Okay, now let's move the rectangle. Now let's trim up the circle. Okay, and delete the line in the rectangle. Now what we want to do is take this rectangle and sweep it at the base point of this along here. Perfect. Now I'm just going to take this. No, I'm not doing anything with this. Oh, I should have copied that rectangle. Copy. Okay. Now, sweep. Base point here. Oh. Why'd I do that? Okay. Perfect. Now we need another rectangle. This one is going to be 0.1 inches wide by 0.25 tall. And the side of this is going to be PL, polyline, and close. Now delete the rectangle. Now we're going to draw an arc starting here and ending here. Direction is reversed. Oh, ortho's still on. Okay, and bring it all the way to here. Now we're going to turn this, rotate it. Let's see, 90 degrees? Nope, that went upside down. Control Z, rotate it. -90. That sweep. Okay. Sweep along this base point on this arc. Okay, so it's upside down, but that's alright. We can fix that. First, we're going to rotate it. This way. 180. Of course, it's backwards. It's not going to like that. So we're going to rotate it again. Actually, before we rotate it, may as well copy it. Put it right here. Bring it over here. Now let's rotate it. Along right here. 90, not 90. 180 degrees. It's not quite where we want it, that's fine, we can move it. And there you go. Two nicely shaped prongs. Now let's move those. Here, up to here. And that is the pole.